Yo, what up my body shop bots? So today I'm
Defender
bringing you my
drone
spotter
detected.
tank. It's using the Uzina closer chest
Rogue
with a
Stinger
perfect
hive
spotter
detected.
talent, flatline on the gun, 1.9 million armour. It's all about stacking weapon damage and bits and pieces. Obviously this build, you see it everywhere most probably. As I say, I'm showing you PvP builds that I run in the DZ, that I slay with. It ain't some unique, weird and wonderful
Immediate medical
build with like
assistance
fucking
needed.
unlimited electronic bullets or some other random shit that will not work in
Agent down.
PvP. These are builds that will work in PvP
Nearby
that I
rogue agent
personally
killed.
use. Yeah, if you build the build like I build it, I'm an average
Now
player.
detecting
You can be
contaminated
exactly the
gear.
same. You can build this build, go in the DZ and get carried by it, just
Contaminated
like
gear
me.
detected.
So enjoy the little clips before the build. Obviously this clip here, it's the first time I run this build. I put it on, met this geezer in the
System
DZ, and me
malfunctioning.
and him have got rank 22 manhunt against 6 or 7 players. Just absolutely slaying them. I haven't even died once. This is the whole
System
footage of
back
that,
online.
and then I get in with the build after. So yeah,
System
enjoy
disrupted.
guys. Cheers.
You know, a lot of people ask us, how is C.Fund funded? Where do you think it comes from? The simple answer,
Now detecting contaminated gear. System malfunctioning. Rogue defender drone detected. Contaminated gear detected. System reactivated. Rogue Stinger hive detected. Rogue defender drone detected.
fuck me, I am trash with a shotgun. Oh, get good, Baz, get good.
Coming from the other side, be careful. Where are the back guys? Where are the back guys?
Vital signs critical. Agent down.
So yeah, spotter tank build, 1.9 million armour, perfect spotter on the chest, adrenaline rush on the backpack, 2 pieces of Walker, 1 piece of Cesca, Fenris gloves to bring me up to the crit chance cap of 60%, and Fox's knee pads. Obviously I'll run a foul, you could run a king breaker, I'll run a shotgun for secondary, doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's it mate, it's pretty simple. Let's get on with the build. So for my chest, I'm running Uzina, perfect spotter chest piece, the closer chest. 170k armour, well it should have 170k armour if I could be bothered to fucking farm for the materials. 149k armour on it at the moment, 6% crit hit chance, 12% crit hit damage and 12% crit hit damage mod. The one piece gives me 5% total armour. This chest is a little beauty if I'm honest. The talent, perfect spotter. Increases total weapon and skill damage. Now remember that later, skill damage by 20% to pulsed enemies. This chest is an absolute beast. It's up there with Unbreakable in my opinion in PvP, but yeah, get it. So on backpack, I'm running the Walker and Harris named backpack, the Matador. Got the first of 2 pieces, so the first piece gives me 5% weapon damage. I've rolled 170k armour on it. This thing is like a unicorn in the DZ. Every time there's Walker and Harris in the DZ, get in there and farm the shit out of it. You want to try and get it with crit chance of crit damage already on it, so you can roll the armour on it. As you can see, I've got 170k armour, 12% crit damage, 6% crit chance and 12% crit damage mod. And the talent is perfect adrenaline rush, which you get up to 3 stacks of bonus armour. In PvP it's 12% per stack, so if there's 3 players nearby you within 10 metres of you, you get 36% extra armour, which on this build is about 650, 700k armour. It's a beast, and that's every 5 seconds as well. It just gives you a bit more tankiness and just a lot more survivability. This backpack is a must-have. Make sure you try and farm it every time there is Walker and Harris in the DZ. So from my mask, I've got a Walker and Harris mask, my second piece of Walker and Harris, which gives me 5% damage to armour, Once again, I've rolled 170k armour onto it. It's got 6% crit hit chance, 12% crit hit damage, and a 12% crit hit damage mod. Once again, you've got to farm this piece, find it with crit hit chance and crit hit damage already on it, optimise it if you need to, and roll that armour core onto it. So for my gloves, I've got Fenris gloves. If I'm honest, I probably would have the contractors in this slot and the Fenris knee pads, just because I think damage to armour in this patch is better. Once again, I've rolled 170k armour, and I've gone 6% crit hit chance and 12% crit hit damage. So yeah, if you can, contractors in this slot and then go for Fenris knee pads, just because damage to armour is better than damage to targets out of cover in this patch. But if I'm honest, I haven't got the Fenris knee pads, so this will have to do. So one piece of Cesca gives me 10% crit hit chance. Cesca holster, once again, I've rolled armour onto it. It's got 12% crit hit damage and 6% crit hit chance. This is a must-have on most AR builds, it's because then it brings you up to the crit hit chance cap of 60%. If you can get around 50%, you're happy anyway. And yeah, the knee pads, Fox's Prayer, the Overlord named knee pads. Once again, I've rolled 170k armour onto it. It's got 8% damage to targets out of cover and 12% crit hit damage. But if I'm honest, as I said just a minute ago, I'd rather have Fenris knee pads and the contractor gloves, just because a lot of people in this patch are going to be in cover, and if you've got that damage to armour, you're going to still be doing that multiplicative damage against them, whereas with these, you're not. So for my primary, I'm running the foul, basically because I love the fucking foul. You can run the Kingbreaker in its place, depends what you like really. I just love the foul. On the foul, I've got 15% assault rifle damage, 21% health damage and 10% damage to targets out of cover, and my talent is flatline. It amplifies weapon damage by 15% to pulse enemies. After 3 kills, applies pulse to the next enemy you hit. I just love the foul, but if I'm honest, the Kingbreaker will hit harder and it's a lot better gun. It's got the same RPM, it's got a bigger mag, and it actually hits harder as well. And plus you get an extra 5% amplified damage, which is a lot in PvP. The mods I've got is 5% crit hit chance sight, extended mag, the laser pointer from the technician specialization, and a 5% crit hit chance muzzle. Now for my secondary, I'm running a shotgun, an M870 Express. This thing's a little beast. It's only got 5 rounds in the mag, but that's all you need. This thing can still 2-tap on this build. Don't even need a shotgun build for these motherfuckers to 2-tap. Shotguns are not in a good place. They need to be nerfed. That's my opinion. So on it, I've got 14.9 shotgun damage, 12% damage to armour, and 10% damage to targets out of cover. That is OP. Now the talent as well on that is flatline. Once again, amplifies weapon damage by 15%. As for my pistol, if you know my PvP builds, I run the Orbit. I don't run a purple pistol. I don't need to try and damage glitch, even though it don't fucking do it. Don't be a sheep, run the Orbit. Awesome talent on it. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy grants 35% crit hit chance and 40% crit hit damage. Pop a red bar in the head, change back to this, you're well above the crit hit chance cap, even though we are on the crit hit chance cap on this build, and you get an extra 40% crit hit damage. Now for the stats, I've got 60% crit hit chance on my AR, 153% crit hit damage, 15%, 75% headshot damage, 5% damage to armour. If you put the contractors in there, you're going to be running at 13% damage to armour, and we've also got 18% damage to targets out of cover, but obviously you would lose 8% of that if you were going to change the contractors, which is ideally the right way of doing this build, if I'm honest. So yeah, this is the shotgun, 55% crit hit chance on the shotgun, 153% crit hit damage, 17% damage to armour, and then the 18% damage to targets out of cover. Shotguns are just OP, they're just silly. 30% all weapon damage, 25% assault rifle damage, blah 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 blah. So for my first skill, I'm running a Decoy. I love the Decoy, especially when you're fighting bots and clueless players. You just drop the Decoy, give a little flank, they don't have a clue you're there, and you can just beam them before they can even respond. This thing's a little beast, but Now Spotter, it deals 20% amplified damage on the skill damage as well as weapon damage. So you could run a bleed hive, you could run a sticky bomb, any skill that does damage, this perfect spotted chest will amplify that damage as long as they are pulsed. So if you want to be a little bit more cheesy or you want to do that little extra damage, run some kind of damage skill. I don't. I like just fighting with a gun, if I'm brutally honest. I run a decoy, and from a secondary I run, you guessed it, a pulse. My favourite skill in the game. I love it for PvP. You can see everything and anyone coming. You can work out where you're going next. It is my go-to skill. I love it. And especially when you're fighting a server, you need to know where every little skill bot's hiding in cover 50 metres away, pretending they're a PvPer. This skill is a beast. You can see the horde coming at you. It's perfect for me anyway. But once again, you could go for another damage skill. So the specialization that I'm running, pretty self-explanatory, is the technician specialization. This, personally, I think is a bit naff in PvP. You get the linked laser pointer, you get the +1 skill tier. I've done assault rifle damage, I've done shotgun damage, and I have to do rifle damage, which pisses me off. To unlock the attachment, why can't they just have a normal slot for the attachment? It would make it so much easier. There's a load of other random bits that it does, but really it's pretty shit. Literally the only reason why we run this specialization is for that linked in laser pointer. That is it. Pulse the enemies, get your amplified damage from Spotter. That's the only reason why we run it. Technically, you could run the sharpshooter specialization and run the drone, the pulse drone, but if I'm honest, that's a little bit temperamental, but it still does work. But at least with the sharpshooter specialization, you actually get perks that are good, like weapon handling and the med kit that cleanses status effects. That is awesome in PvP. So try that out as well. Try the little pulse drone, see what you think. Try them both, and yeah. So that's the build, guys. Literally pretty self-explanatory, pretty easy to build if you farm the right pieces. As I said, there's nothing really unique, there's nothing really groundbreaking or wow, fuck me, new build. It's just a build that works in PvP and works for me. That's basically what I'm going to do. I'm not going to come up with, I do come up with random little builds, but if I'm honest, they don't work in PvP. They work in PvE, but the reason why you see most people running these builds is because they fucking work. It's as simple as that. Build it, get in the DZ, have some fun. So anyway, guys, that's another build video done and dusted. Until next time, thanks for watching. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, laters.